Hi, I'm Luka Anicin, an AI engineer, and I'll be guiding you through this module. Okay, so I'm gonna go to continue, and the first step that I'm gonna do, we will use AI to basically, based on specification, create tests. So I have couple of different let me just allow it. So based on the specifications, create tests for different endpoints, utils, and storage. So that we can proceed with the TTT method. So first, tests here, then identifying models for tasks, and then, for example, and we have the in-memory storage and empty API files with route stubs. Okay. Now you need specification. So first, let's go with the files, and the first was user stories. Then I'm gonna add, for example, for let's go next, API specs. Then I'm gonna use requirements. Okay, and the rest is, like, for example, we have one more, which is Frontend specs. Now I'm not gonna use Frontend specs because we are focusing on the backend. Okay, so generally focus on the backend part first. We have an empty folder called backend. This should be used for this part. Okay, so my practice is generally how I understood. I tested a couple of times different ways on how AI is used for different like coding exercises, and my kind of a recommendation is to always split backend and frontend in two different folders and two different GitHub repositories, and then you push one to, for example, let's say we are creating whatever is this, like some board. Okay, so dashboard, AI dashboard dash backend, AI dashboard dash frontend, and you use that to deploy, or actually to have the code for different parts of your application. So from my experience, I as a developer, I'm never putting anything in one repo. I'm managing multiple repos, which is easier for me to do that, and deploying that individually and then connecting them. Now with AI in the loop as well, you will have that kind of a much easier process as well for AI to understand where the backend ends and where the backend starts. Frontend starts. And that's the process where kind of helping AI to distinguish what are the parts where, and how you should be thinking about that, is where the most help lies into the AI hands. Now, this process here is kind of setting everything up. It takes a bit of more time because it's generating multiple files. So please, if you are doing this alongside me, try to follow along, so you won't wait as much as possible. There is a question where we can get files when we work on assignment repos. Now for the assignment repo, you will get like a files. So let me go to classroom. Okay, there is an error. Let's try, if there is another error, we'll just create another chat. Thank you. Okay. So for every single live lab, you will be able to, like, the links for live labs are inside of the like a Saras AI platform. So please go to under assignments, and these are ungraded. So once you do that, you can create a starter code and accept it, and then it will create and populate all the files for you directly. So every single assessment is like a shorter one, and they have their own kind of files already there. So these are for non-graded assessments. Okay, you have 3 of them for the week 4 as well as for any other previous weeks. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so it started creating different functions instead of creating different tests. Now that is normal, depending on the model itself. Like, for example, the ChatGPT based models would create generally more common code first and then create tests, which I generally don't like, but that is how they are trained. If you go with Opus models, they will generally start with the test and then go with the other way around. Now, all of this fine, because don't expect AI to be good at the first iteration. Like, many times you will hear, oh my god, what they did in the zero shot and stuff like that. In my experience, zero shot is definitely over pushing AI, and they were definitely expecting more than what AI can actually do and accomplish. So please don't expect AI to be good at the first glance. It will always generate better and better code with a couple of your prompts or succeeding prompts after your initial question. So start with something, generate a working code, and then you can go from there. Now, okay. If you don't want to accept every single file individually, you can go under settings, and you can go under here it is. Yeah, so create new files, automatic. Okay, so by session you can just move this from ask first to automatic, and it will basically automatically do all sorts of stuff, right? Because I didn't select that, or maybe you didn't select it either, you will have this accept every single time that new file pops up. Now, when you are generating the first version of the code, generally what's going to happen, it will be more boilerplate than anything focused towards your specific case. Again, that's normal, because you need to make sure that you're providing a lot of context. The context here is specification that we provided. Specification are never as perfect as you would like to be. So AI will always have some nuance that is like a concretely that's being wrong about. Okay, so just expect that. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so let's accept it, and it fails. Great. Okay, so now it's gonna actually go around and repair all the functions that it created. So if it does not do it automatically, good, you know your next prompt. Okay, and then after a couple of iterations, you will have a working code. So let's wait for a bit.
And as you go along, would you mind posting the prompts that you're using in the chat?
Oh,
please.
Here it is.
Where I get these files like user stories and API spec, is it available like?
So test code again, and if they fail the initial test, implement functionality. Based on the specification, and create a fully backend for our app. And then again, I would use here API just let me find it, spec. Then I would use the same thing as requirements MD, and then here I'm gonna use the user stories. Okay, so all these three files are already uploaded in the repository that you're gonna use to create this code space from. Okay. Good. Now we have all tests, initial tests pass. Okay. So let's see what it did. All backend tests are now passing. Great test run results. What was implemented to make the backend fully functional? API, we get the tasks, we get like to post the tasks, patch the tasks, delete the task, get, and so on. In storage memory, if we go to, okay. These are the tests, so let's close them. Oh, I closed the memory and I wanted to check the memory. Okay, here it is. Storage memory. Okay, we got a pretty decent storage, which is in-memory storage. Great. Okay, so let me close all of this. And now that we have the first draft, what I generally like to do is the next step is try running and make a couple of test calls. Okay, let's accept it. So you should be forwarded to another kind of a endpoint, and you will see that it's running in the background. So our server is here running, and generally what's going to happen, this continue will create another session in your browser localhost on their computer to run this backend, to make sure that everything is running completely correctly here, as you can see. Here. Good. Okay, nice. So it stopped the server as well. So if you go here, it shouldn't be there anymore. Okay, now when I got the results, the chat is a context. So why I did this first is for the next step, which we covered in the week 2, documentation. So now that I have this, I would go and say, okay, using all the results from our tests, create API doc file or API wiki with all examples on how run the backend, how to call each endpoint, potential risks, and next steps. Update README file, and that's it for now. Okay. So why did this first? Because it is in the chat. Now it knows every single run of the endpoint, so it knows what goes in, what comes out. It won't make stuff up. And I need good documentation so I can prompt the front end in a nice way to generate based and connect front end to the backend as well. Okay. So that is the next step. But before, there is a small intermediate step which we'll use again to document the rest of the code in the Google style documentation or docstring as we did before. So we know that our backend at least is documented, tested, and we have a couple of files that will be used further to create our frontend as well. Okay, great. So let's check the so it said that there is a documentation, but we don't see the
If I could pause you for a second, we have a request
Please.
in chat.
Can you share this and the last prompts in the chat? Yeah, of course. So let's go back. Okay, so just to make sure. Okay, test code again. So this was the first code. This is the first chat, and then add all the files from the spec folder. Then after that, I ran this. Goal is to get as much info or documentation as possible. Okay. And then finally, after we got all the tests, I use this. And this is my next prompt. Please, while we wait this, if you have any questions, raise hand, chat in the chat. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, and are these all run in the same chat, the same context, or did you open up a new chat?
All of this is running in the same. So whenever I'm generating the full POC, I'm tending to stay in the same chat all the time.
Gotcha.
Even for frontend and for backend. So one cheat that I found to be working really well is to let AI analyze the code as we did in the first week. I always start by saying, create a new folder called Frontend and explain Frontend and backend will be two different GitHub repos. So backend folder will be pushed to one repo, the frontend folder to another. This is important because of the structure and architecture of the React that it will be created there. Then you can basically just like explain what you like to build, but generally follow here, and we have frontend specs, or you can say requirements, user stories, and that's basically an API specs. So I can tag all 4 files that I have under specs folder. Okay, so now I'm gonna let it work.
So Luka, I just have a quick question.
course.
So basically we asked AI here to like create a new folder and mentioned it that it will be 2 different repos. I understand this is the structure of our production ready components, production ready project. But when again the question comes to assignment, when we will be submitting the graded assignment, then in that case also we need to create different repos, or in the
No. It's gonna be under one.
under one, right?
That's a great question. You already have the folder backend and frontend. I intentionally created like that, so it's much easier for you.
Exactly, that's where my question came from. I already have a front end folder there. Okay.
Yeah. No worries. Like amazing question. Thank you so much for the question. But just keep everything under one.
All right. And one more thing, can we please I can also stay back for a few minutes after this call. I need to discuss something with you, so we can discuss one-on-one once everything is finished here, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So that's gonna be generated. Please submit your generation as well. I would iterate on the idea. So basically, let's say, as I said before, the AI will never get your kind of a gist in the first place. Right now, we are building some POC for a client, and my co-founder thought about the whole product, because this is important information, because I don't have any idea what he wants. So he would send me all the files, explanations about potential product and stuff like that. And then what would end happening is they would basically, so AI would completely miss the mark when it comes to his ideas. But I don't know all about everything that comes into his head. So that's the iterative process, that once a day we sit down about 2 hours, we analyze what AI gave, and then we reprompt it basically together. And we did it for about 6 or 7 times right now, so about a week. And we came up with a POC that is actually presentable, but first versions were really bad. So don't expect AI to give you amazing results every single time. Like, it will miss the mark. It will not understand you if you try to explain yourself, and you don't give enough information. Then again, it will not interpret all the things necessary. So it's on you to reiterate. So from this point on, you have something working. This is the most important step. Then you test it out locally, push it to your repositories or repository in the final project, and then from there you iterate. You go through the chat, and then you ask more and more questions until you come up with a front end that you actually like, or the design that you actually like. Because you will find out that every single model, basically models like this, will have something specific. Like one model will like dark themes. I just noticed that I don't have any light in the room. Sorry for this. Okay. Then some models will like the blue topics more than the others. It's like a really not that sometimes what I found out that Claude follows style guides the best, and then I would use Claude to generate frontend. The backend will be with OpenAI because OpenAI is great with the backend, but Claude will be great for frontend, and so on. So those are just a couple of nuances that I'm personally using. One more thing that I generally tend to use is combine models. Now here we cannot combine them because we have only one model to select from, but basically, well, we can select more models here, right? Oh, great, we can select multiple models. Okay, cool. So let's use Opus right now. Add a model. Oh, we need Anthropic key, unfortunate. Okay. So I thought it was under one key. So basically what I use, I go under one point where AI is in the loop. It doesn't iterate, it doesn't help itself, it doesn't change the front end or back end in any way. It actually screws it up even more. You all know when it happens, all of us are frustrated. That's the point where I change the model. So I go from whatever I was using to another model. Like if I used Opus 4.6, I would change to maybe Gemini. If I use Gemini, I would change to GPT, and so on. So I'm using different models to collaborate, but not in the same way, not in the same time. But after I go into one direction where the model is not figuring out what I want, I would change the model, and then that model will actually help me understand where I want to lead this code base. And that's always what I do. I at least use 2 models, sometimes 3 per code base that I want. There. Okay. Cool. And that's it.
Code faster, build smarter, lead the future of AI. Join the Master of Science in AI Engineering. Check out our website,